Hello. In this video I'll talk about the notes I wrote for myself. They just switched the hour here. Oh, okay, I know why I pressed the button. Alright. Dear police, I did hit the car with a bat, but I was not angry, not out of control. And I did it because the spouse yelled at me. So one Saturday I said, when she's gone, I'll hit the car with the bat. It's my car. It's not illegal what I did. And so I put 4 holes on it. Not holes, but 4 dents in it. And then when she saw, she says, look, the car, let's pretend the car has feelings. Now this is where I lose the doctors, alright? Let's pretend the car has feelings. Do you think it's great to hit the car like that? If the car had feelings, the car wouldn't like it. That's how I feel when you yell at me, spouse. So I put that there. 4 hits. The following weekend I hit 5 hits, but it's because the car door was at an angle. Let's say this is the car door. So from here to here I put 4, and then on the line below that I put 5 across. Because she yelled again. Well, you've seen the videos. And then the following weekend I didn't hit the car because she told me she was going to call the cops. So 3 months later passed, then she does call the cops. On the 3rd week all I did was I wrote on the old car, I will not yell at my husband. I will speak softly. I will not yell to my husband. I will speak softly to my husband. I mean, something like that. Alright. Then when I kicked the door, the 2 kids they've been slamming the doors for about 2 years. I would have donated them about 2 years ago. I took them down several times, but this time the spouse moved my tools. So I woke up 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They didn't go to school that day. They were both somewhat sick. But I don't want my son to get his fingers busted. And his sister likes to pull the door and close it, and he's on the other side. And they like to play slam the door on my fingers, or something like that. So I told them, go to the living room. Then I gave it 3 kicks, and that was it. But you Baker acted the wrong person, police. Alright. Now, I didn't do this because I was a dangerous man or anything, but just to stop a bully. But that didn't work out. I do have a inconsiderate spouse. Alright, so this is what I learned after being Baker acted. I must show love to this ruthless and inflexible wife, only because it is the only way to achieve success. As Gandhi said, in the end, we will part as friends. And she cannot defeat a messenger from God that doesn't smile. Now here it says, I still don't cut her grass. This was about 2 days ago, because she is ungrateful and inconsiderate. But what ended up happening was I cut her grass yesterday, but only after she had read for me. Because if she reads the books I read, one is on Family on Bikes, is about a website on a mother and dad that took their 2 children all the way from Alaska to Argentina on bicycles. Alright. Since I'm on the topic, let's go on to Dear Officer. Did you say 24 hours to be examined by the doctor? Instead of saying 24 hours, just say 100 days, so that the person that gets Baker acted will be happy versus in panic mode when the 24 hours come and go and they're still in the hospital jail. Because if you say 100 days, then they're already mentally prepared for 100 days. And they let you out before the 100 days, maybe. But also, let me tell you that the doctors, they don't help. They are just bullies that push pills down your throat. All right? The only good thing is that you govern yourself better. Now you definitely don't, the word is, you don't break the doors. Now, of course, also, I don't smile at the family anymore, because 3 out of 4 of them are my enemies, and that's basically the women. For instance, my mother was upset today because I didn't take her food to her bed. But the way I look at it, if you're going to go get up in the morning and go to the physical therapist, that's fine, go. But then don't come back over here and expect me to take your food to your room. I mean, I used to do that, but I served it on the table. And I told you, it's there. You don't want it, then I'll cover it. You don't want it later, I'll eat it. You know, you didn't eat it, that's because you didn't get up out of bed. It has nothing to do with me. So I'm very happy with my son. He is my disciple. He chooses to learn the topics I want to teach him, like martial arts. And I'm actually making him better than I am. In the sense that he'll know better than I did never to argue with anyone, because you're not going to win. Even if you do win the argument, they could just simply tell a lie, and if it's a woman, the police believe them over you. Also, dear police officer, the ex parte paper that the wife wrote, she was lying when she did that. And I have a feeling that the 2 police officers that came to get me, they believed, they sort of believed me a little bit more. But they have to obey their orders, which was, I think it came from the courthouse. It came from the courthouse. They said they were from the courthouse. Alright, so this is what I learned, dear officer. 1, that the legal system is flawed because there is no safety net to protect a man from a lying woman and an ex parte paper that she filled out. 2, that men must live alone and record themselves 24 hours a day so that they can have a witness that they are not doing something that the spouse says they are doing. Alright, so now onto a topic. I told my mother that a proverb says to not forget your mother in her old age. So I'm not supposed to forget my mother in her old age. Yet, my mother is the one that teaches the wife to lie. Alright? The best I can do for you young people listening is do what Booker T. Washington says. Number 1, and on top of that I add the 4th, that you live alone. You have to live alone. But Booker T. Washington says, read books to develop your intelligence, and fill in the blanks, like from every book that you read, cover the last word in every paragraph. That's a tip from Dr. Walter Pauk, P-A-U-K. And in that tip, that one technique has allowed me to learn from different books. I'm reading one on electricity, and you really need to read a paragraph and be able to answer. If you cover the word with your finger, be able to answer what that word is, and then you take the finger off and you say, yes, I got it right. So develop your intelligence, develop your morality in knowing what is right and what is wrong. What you could do is you could pretend somebody's watching all the time, and if you're destroying something, you're in a negative mode. Like the other day, I broke a pencil. Alright, now it was a brand new pencil, by the way, and what happens is it does affect me a little bit, breaking a pencil, because when I picked up these pencils from the trash can when I was working as a custodian, I used to say, what waste in this United States? All of these pencils being thrown, pens, brand new paper packets by the teachers that didn't get rehired, brand new books, a bunch of books in good condition. And the way I look at it is, each pencil is important. And now I reconsider. If you're breaking things, you're being destructive, you're being perhaps in a negative mode. Now at the same time, if you're knocking out a wall because you're building a room, you're still building, and you're just clearing the land, or clearing the trees, or clearing the wall that you're doing. Alright, so develop your morality. Avoid drinking, avoid alcohol, avoid I would say avoid people, except at special locations. And for the adults, there are only two locations: at work and at church. Because most young men, maybe they have the weight room, or the place where they go to exercise. Those are the three places. For myself, I just go to the park. And in other countries, the park is where most people see each other, if not at church. So avoid going to bars, which there is nothing there. Even the women that go there, they already know how much money you have by the way you're dressed, or by the kind of car you drive. So don't even go there. And again, if you see my other videos, I don't recommend having a car. The proverb says, the poor give their money to the rich. The rich sell cars. Don't buy them. Buy a bicycle and put an electrical motor on it. I know your world will be very small, but it's better to live that way than to hand over $200 a month for your car, plus insurance another $100. Alright. So Booker T. Washington says, intelligence, morality, knowing right from wrong. Don't go to prostitutes' houses, a house of prostitution. And the third thing is, have skilled hands. Skilled hands means carpentry, plumbing, computer repair, lawnmower repair, mechanics. Learn those skills and buy the books. Invest. The Bible says, get wisdom. I say buy knowledge, or buy books and DVDs that teach you how to fix things. Like I bought the lawnmower repair course, and I found out that just one thing, that the lawnmower had an air filter. I didn't know it had one, okay? And I could just watch and follow. I did take it apart, except for the carburetor, and I put it back together with my son on a weekend. And then the next day, the spouse started it up, and I was very happy that thing started up, because there was nothing wrong with it. But when you take it apart, something could go wrong with it. All right, so thank you for listening to me. Enjoy your life.